Happy Memorial Day. It's Nicole from Yoga Essence, and we just wanted to share this mini flow with you to get your Memorial Day started off right. So I hope you enjoy. It's a great flow for anyone. See you tomorrow.
So come into an easy, comfortable seated position in the middle of your mat. Sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders up to your ears and back and down. Softening the space between your lips, the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax the fingertips and relax the eyelids. Start to take a deep inhale breath down to the low lung, up to the center lung, and the top lung, holding that breath at the top. And exhale through the top lung, the center lung, and all the way through the bottom lung. So coming into our 3-part pranayama, the Dirga pranayama, inhaling and exhaling. For just a few moments here, find a place where you can feel relaxed. The muscles can start to relax. The face will soften. And start to find a nice, comfortable rhythm with this breath. Allow it to feel natural. Allow thoughts to start to slow down as you welcome your physical body and your mind to this mat. And you can leave your hands in your lap or gently bring them together at heart center. Pressing your thumbs in towards your chest, and just set an intention for the day. For loved ones, for family members, for yourself. And once that intention is set, slowly start to move on to your hands and your knees. And so moving with ease, stack the hips directly over the knees. Knees are hip distance apart. Shoulders are over the wrists, fingertips spread wide. And the spine is lengthened, so engage the abdomen and pull the belly button up and in. Relax the gaze down, let the face feel heavy. And just continue your 3-part breath here in tabletop position. On your next inhale breath, let the ribs drop, the tailbone rise, the chin lead forward. And on the exhale, press the ground away, bringing your chin in towards your chest. And inhaling, coming forward, dropping the ribs, the chin will lead forward, coming into cow pose. And the exhale, you'll press into the fingertips, into the hand, round out through the upper spine, coming into cat. So starting to find your rhythm with this cat and cow. Moving with your inhalation and your exhalation. And feeling free to add any extra movement that feels good for you. Maybe some circles with the shoulders and the hips. Or just deepening and exploring some more options for you. Coming into hip circle, start to explore your body a little bit for the next few breaths. And starting to feel the tension, just loosen along the back body, around the hips, the shoulders, the wrists. And then returning through to a neutral tabletop position, keeping the hips stacked over the knees. Allow yourself to walk the hands out in front of you, lowering onto your forehead, to the chest for puppy pose. So just a gentle extension of the arms here, no pressure to reach so far out in front of you. Just allow the chest to melt down in a natural flow with the exhale breath. And return to that 3-part pranayama, inhaling down to the low lung, the ribs, the collarbone, and exhaling through the collarbone, the ribs, and the belly. As you allow the shoulders, the upper back to be stretched. on your next inhale breath, slowly walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, bring the knees mat distance apart, and sit the tailbone back, coming into child's pose. So you can keep an active child's pose with the arms extended out in front of you, pressing into the fingertips, or if you'd like to take a more relaxed position, drop the tops of your feet and allow your hands to come to the ankles. And just gently relax the forehead onto the mat, let the shoulders drape, and continue connecting with your breath. And slowly start to walk the hands back out in front of you. Retuck the toes and lift the hips up and back for downward dog, finding your flow as you get there. Good, first downward dog of the day, so shake it out, bend in the knees, move the hips left and right, front to back. Anything that allows you to release tension through the back body as you root down through the fingertips, feeling strong in the arms, the shoulders. The head is relaxed. So rock the head front to back, maybe left to right, and then just let it hang, just giving way to gravity here. And just checking in with your own alignment, making sure your feet are hip distance apart or a little bit wider if the hamstrings are feeling extra tight. Hands feel shoulder distance apart. You're gripping down between the pointer finger and the thumb and pressing into the mat, lengthening the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale breath, look towards the top of the mat and tiptoe your way, meeting the feet at the hands. Starting to bend at the knees when you get towards the top. Take an inhale breath, lift the chest, and exhale, drape the upper body over the legs, completely letting the arms hang, the head to hang. And bringing your grip back into the toes, feeling nice and strong in your forward folds. On the next inhale breath, bring your fingertips to your shins, lengthen through to a flat back. And with this flat back, rise all the way to stand, reaching the arms up overhead, coming into a full body stretch, meeting hands down at heart center. And always notice where your balance is at today. If you're feeling a little bit unstable, just widen your stance, bringing feet hip distance apart at any time during your practice. Next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Start to reach forward as you hinge at the hips, slowly exhaling on the way down. Always remembering to bend at the knees if the hamstrings are still tight. Next inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, and step back to plank pose. And so feeling strong here, pressing into the ground, the shoulders are wide, and you're extending through the back heels. Allowing your gaze to be between the fingertips, out in front of the mat maybe. Good, gently rock front to back. So just bringing a little bit of stretching into the ankles, the toes, the wrist. And then coming back to your neutral position. Slowly start to bend the knees. Dropping them down, looking forward, elbows come into the side body, and you lower down into knees, chest, chin. Resting the chin gently on the mat, keep the weight in the fingertips, lift the chest just gently through to baby cobra. And so allow yourself to engage the back muscles here. Yeah, you may notice that the fingers, the hands start to come off the mat because you're using your back muscles to find lift. Shoulder blades pull back and down. Next exhale breath, release the hands to the mat, tuck the toes, and meet back to downward dog. And always continue to find movement in your practice. So always pedal out the feet if your body's feeling tight. Don't be shy to find a little bit of flow in your personal practice. Take an inhale breath, look forward, meet top of the mat, forward fold your way. Take an inhale, lift through to a flat back, and exhale, fold. Inhale, breath, rise all the way to stand through to the ceiling, reaching the arms up. And exhale, dive it all the way back down, forward folds. Inhale through to a half lift. And exhale, plant the palms, step back one by one to plank pose. So coming into full chaturanga, you are welcome to keep the knees, chest, chin that we just did before, but if you'd like to move on to chaturanga, you're going to rock the shoulders over the wrists, so lift up onto the toes. Look forward, lower down halfway and holds. And so remember this feeling right here. Try not to lower anymore through your chaturanga. And next, inhale, breath, start to pull the chest forward, and your exhale will meet you in your upward dog. Holding here for just a few breaths. Noticing how we have the hands on the mat and tops of the feet on the mat. The thighs are lifted and the shoulder blades are pulling back. A nice opening, smiling of the collarbones. And start to tuck the toes. Engage the abdomen as you lift up and back to downward dog. Inhaling the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Beautiful. Try not to find too much of a lift here. Just extend the leg back. Draw the knee right through the center line of your body, coming into warrior one. So plant the foot down between the hands. Drop the back foot and inhale, rise the arms up overhead. And now check in with your alignment from the ground up. So rooting into both feet. Specifically now pressing into the pinky side of the back foot, lifting that back leg. Start to pull the back hip forward, front hip back, and bend into the front knee. Shoulder blades drop down, fingertips engage, nice and active. Next, inhale, breath, look up, connect the palms. And exhale to frame the front foot, mindfully transitioning onto the ball of the back foot as you step that front foot back and meet your flow to downward dog. So option to take knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Maintaining that breath the entire way. Left leg to lift up and back on the inhale. Draw the knee through the center, plant the foot down. Warrior one on the left side. And so new side, new experience, root down from the bottom up, pressing into the pinky side of the right foot now. Bending into that front leg as you draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Extend the arms up and then draw the shoulder blades back and down. Next, inhale, breath, look up, connect the palms, reach. And exhale to frame the front foot, mindfully coming onto the ball of the back foot and meeting your flow to downward dog. And always recognize what your body wants today. Skipping a chaturanga at any time, knowing that it's okay, it's in your personal practice to do as your body wants. From downward dog, meet top of the mat, forward folds. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, folds. Bringing feet hip distance apart. And then a little bit wider, so heel toeing out maybe to the edges of the mat. And then angle the toes out, heels in. Slowly start to lower the glutes down between the heels. Coming into yogi squat. Hands meet at heart center. Elbows on the inner knees. And you allow gravity to pull the tailbone down as the chest lifts. Good. Gently sway left to right maybe, through the ankles, through the knees. Always modify where you need to. If you have a blanket or a block at home, allow yourself to bring the blanket under the heels or under the glutes for a little bit of extra lift. Bringing your hands down to the mat. Gently heel toe the feet back in towards one another. Coming up into a forward fold. Letting everything hang. Inhale through to a half lift. And exhale, meet your flow to downward dog. So plant the hands. If you're ready to jump back, welcome that into your practice. Inhaling the right leg up and back. Time to build some heat. Draw the knee through the center, high plank and hold. Extend three-legged dog. One more time. Draw the knee through the center and hold in high plank. And extend three-legged dog. Knee comes in through the center, land between the hands, warrior one, right side. And on the next inhale breath, look up. And your exhale to interlace the fingers behind the low back, opening up the chest. If this is not accessible to you, just grab opposite elbows, opposite forearms behind the back. There's never any pressure to go into a posture if your body's not ready for it today. And keeping that right knee strong, the ankle underneath the knee, slowly start to dive the chest down, coming into humble warrior. So when you're coming into this posture, think about allowing the right ribs to graze the inside of the right thigh and then letting gravity take over. So letting the chest melt down, the head to hang free. And continue to root down into the pinky side of that left foot, keeping that back leg engaged. Take an inhale breath, release the hands, rise up, warrior one. And exhale to frame the front foot, meet your flow to downward dog. Left leg to extend up and back. Root down through the hands as you draw the knee through the center, high plank. Tuck the knee in, lift it up a little bit higher. Extend the leg back, three-legged dog. Draw the knee through the center and hold high plank. Lift the knee up into the ribs and extend three-legged dog. Draw the knee back through that same center line as you plant the foot down for warrior one on the left side. Rising on the inhale breath, root down through the back foot. And this exhale will bring your hands to interlace behind the low back or take opposite elbows. Remember, yogi's choice. Breathing into the ribs here as you're opening and breathing through the shoulders. Slowly start to dive the chest down for humble warrior on the left side. Remembering the strong knee over the ankle. Next inhale breath, release the hands, rise back up, warrior one. And exhale to frame the front foot and meet your flow to downward dog. If you're looking to build heat, taking a three-legged chaturanga, leaving that left leg lifted, flow through. Feel the strength of the arms, the fingers gripping into the mat. And we'll meet downward dog. And keeping the feet hip distance apart, gently drop down onto the forearms. Coming into dolphin pose. So really grip down through the hands here, pressing into the mat, lifting the body up. If there's any tightness in the neck, just let the head hang free. Let your gaze meet the top of the thighs. Good. Focus on pressing the ground away through the forearms. And breathe. And slowly start to bring the gaze back forward, lifting up through right to plank pose. So shifting the weight forward, coming onto the hands. Find the strength, lifting up into straight-legged plank. Beautiful. Rocking over the wrists, taking full chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, meet downward dog. Inhaling the right leg up and back. Draw the knee through the center, land the foot between the hands, and spiral the ribs open for warrior two. Good, so finding your adjustments from the ground up, taking any motions that you need to feel comfortable and strong on your mat. Checking in with your alignment, look down and see if you can see the big toe right past the right knee. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears and draw them back and down. Back arm is in line with the front. Gaze is soft over the front fingertips. Next, inhale breath. Straighten the front leg. Reach the right fingertips as far forward as they can go, and when you can't reach anymore, simply just rotate the arms, finding triangle pose. And so each inhale breath, find a little bit more lift, and exhale to rotate the ribs open. Start to bend back into that front knee, rise warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reaching forward, and then tossing the air up overhead. Letting the left fingertips graze the back leg. Good, and think about reaching up and out, so up towards the ceiling, fully lengthening the right arm. Feeling that stretch through the right ribs, the hip. Engage the core as you rise back through warrior two. Left arm to come forward, frame the front foot, meet your flow to downward dog. Left leg to extend on the inhale breath. Draw the knee through the center for warrior two, left side. Checking in with your body from the ground up. Feel strong through the feet. Draw the shoulders along the back body. Gaze soft over the left fingertips. Inhale breath. Straighten the front leg. Reach the fingertips far forward, and when you can't reach anymore, rotate the arms, triangle pose. And slowly start to bend back into that front knee, flipping the front palm. Reaching the air up overhead. Breathe into the left side body. Bend a little bit deeper into that knee. Good. Rise back through warrior two. Right arm to lead forward. Meet your flow, downward dog. From downward dog, look forward, meet top of the mat, forward fold your way. Slowly start to heel toe the feet open, coming into yogi squat. So finding that wide base. Good, hands come together at heart center. And breathe, close the eyes for one big breath. And then when you open, you're welcome to meet crow pose. Or you can step right back to downward dog. If you're taking crow, the hands are wide, and you could gently just bring the knees to the back of the arms. You don't even have to take flight. But if you do, squeeze the belly up and in, and breathe. If it's in your practice to jump back, you could shoot back into chaturanga, meet to upward dog. And from downward dog. We'll lift the right leg up and back. Draw the knee through the center for pigeon pose, right side. So right knee comes towards the right wrist, right ankle towards the left, and allow the left leg to open behind you. If you have a pillow at home and you want to bring the pillow underneath the right hip, go ahead and do so. And inhale the arms up. We'll keep this active, build that heat, so continue to breathe. If it feels better, bring hands down to heart center. 3 big breaths here in this pigeon pose. Release the hands down to the ground, meet downward dog. Left leg to extend up. Finding pigeon pose left side, so left knee draws forward to the left wrist, crossing the left ankle towards the right wrist, and extend the right leg back. Remember to bring a pillow or a small blanket underneath the left hip. If you did so on the other side, and inhale the arms up, find a big stretch through the front body. And hands come down to heart center. 3 big breaths on the left side. Soften the lips, soften the face. Hands to meet the mat, back to downward dog. And from downward dog, knee top of the mat, forward folds. And finding your way onto your seat. So allow yourself to bend at the knees. Maybe you take a no hand flow onto the back of your mat. Good. Lifting the legs up into boat pose. Beautiful. So you could take a modification here. You could bring the knees bent, or you can extend for full boat. Hands behind the legs for more support, or extend them out to your side. Continue to lift the chest up. Think about connecting the chest towards the knees and breathe. Activate the core. Keep your focus out and forward. One more breath, and we'll slowly start to lower down, coming through canoe. So allow yourself to hover the heels directly over the ground, the shoulders for one breath, and then release everything down. Good. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. Gently rocking left to right. And then inhaling for a full body stretch. And exhale your hands down by your hips. Let the feet widen. Take up as much space as you can on your mat. Tuck the shoulders under the back body. Leave a gentle space between the upper and lower lip. And welcome Shavasana onto your mat. So just returning to the natural rhythm of your breath. And soaking in your practice, your intention, and the reason why you show up to your mat. And allow yourself to take the Shavasana for as long as you like. And we wish you a wonderful holiday. See you guys tomorrow.